Yeah, the military traditions do unlock innovations, but right now I'm not that hungry for innovations. We are already horrifically ahead of the curve in terms of technology. I mean, like, Carthage, Miltech 6, Macedon, Miltech 8, Avernia, Miltech 0. We are currently on Miltech 11. Like, even even Macedon, our closest rival, is 3 technologies behind us. We are 70 years ahead of time. So we are already significantly ahead of them in terms of that. Like, the one I'd really like to do is embrace Italo-Greek influence so that I can start getting Greek traditions. But to do that, I need more Greeks. So we can increase our heavy infantry defense or our discipline. Or we can go back over to the italics, which reduces our damage taken by ships. We can also increase light infantry discipline, which would be good for our siege units. Roman Space Marines, yeah, I'm thinking heavy infantry defense. Although actually discipline boosts everyone. Oh, and this also unlocks triplex aces, which is a special combat style. Embracing triplex aces costs 80 tradition and gives the following effect. We get discipline and also triplex aces. So we are going to take a look around. The triple battle line was a manipular formation, primarily utilizing the Principes, Triarii and Husti with the Velites and freeform support. This highly flexible formation relied on the absolute discipline of every soldier to know his place amidst the chaos of battle. In extreme circumstances, the triplex was said to have reached over a mile long. It is a pretty cool formation. Very useful with handgunners in Total War Warhammer, ironically. Because the squares give space for the handguns to actually shoot. That's the only play. Like, playing as Rome Total War, I've never used triplex aces. Playing Warhammer, though? Absolutely. And we're going to switch to here. So now we have this available, which increases our combat of heavy infantry by 47% and also the light infantry by 26%. There are no other special parts about it except for the fact that it does even more damage against skirmishers and phalanxes, which if we go to Greece, that's what we're going to find. And we do actually quite frequently see skirmishers. It's beaten by deception and hit and run. We almost never see hit and run, which would be like Parthia. Deception we sometimes see, but that's going to be more in like Gaul. So let's switch our major legions to triplex aces. I thought I could click on you. Do it this way then. You're going to stay as skirmishers. You're on triplex. You're going to be a triplex. You're already triplex, and then you're going to be triplex. So the only one that's going to be a skirmisher is our dedicated siege crew, which is those guys. The easiest way to get Greek traditions is by integrating Macedonian culture after attacking Greece. Yeah, I know. I was just kind of hoping I'd be able to get there with Sicily alone. But unfortunately going after Sardinia and Corsica has massively increased the number we would need. Like, if you want to do it early, you've got to go after Sicily early. Much earlier than we did. It's definitely doable. I reckon you could get Greek traditions probably within about 20 years as Rome. If you really wanted your heavy infantry to light up the world. Although you'd still be limited by the experience you generate. No, Avernia is looking really good. I'm kind of pleased about that. I'm actually kind of glad that we haven't struck out into Gaul too much, because it's allowing them to actually get territory and expand, which at least population-wise makes them a bit of a risk. Unfortunately, they do still have military tech 0, so we're 11 military techs ahead of them. So their main advantage against us would just be attrition, but we have a lot of manpower because we're freaking Rome. Fabius died. Well, there goes the last chance of a civil war. Carcuna Alphi Lupus would be the next one for the job. He's got pretty high corruption. So maybe Stratius Junius Pertinax. Level 2. You know what I'm actually going to do? I'm going to go to the characters and we're going to see if we have anyone who is a particularly good military commander that we can just poach. Yeah, Caelus Pertinax. Oh, he's only 15. He's a 15-year-old. Man, this kid's got a future. Why am I seeing a Carthaginian here? Oh, he must be someone that joined us after we conquered Sicily. No, he's a prisoner. Well, I can't ransom him. Just get out of here. Grugi is actually co-consul, so we can't make you into it, unfortunately. Women can't be in government. So at the moment, the best person for the job would be the researcher. So we'll make Decimus Philippus. He's only 26 as well. Yeah, you can be in power for a really long time. And you've already got 20% statesmanship. Alright, so you are going to get fired and exchanged for you. And then you are going to be into this position as a level 11. And then hopefully your statecraft can build up nice and quickly. Is there any way of getting your statecraft to increase faster? No. It is going to go up quite quickly though, because you've got pretty good finesse. Actually, no you don't. You have terrible finesse. Tribune of the Treasury. I'm guessing that's the Praefectus Militus actual name. And how are we doing for governors? Everyone's still doing the assimilation stuff. That's good. Okay, so what are we trying to build at the moment? I was like, why can't I click this button? And then I totally could click the button. We are going to need a foundry in Tarentum, which we can start doing. Ooh, that also increases the civilization level by plus 5%. Very nice. And I guess we'll want to put a Grand Theatre here for another 5%. Sooner rather than later. And then when that's done, we're going to need 300 ducats, and then we can build the flagship, and then we can start working on Capua proper. That sounds good to me. A senior citizen by the name of Drusus Claudius approached our consul in private this morning. In a hushed voice, he spoke of a vision of the near future in which he was found by his loved ones, having been drowned at the bottom of a well. With shaking hands, he offered all of his worldly goods to the state in return for our protection. So, we can gain 47 ducats, he gained loyalty. Or we gain stability. No, I'm going to take your money, thanks. Sure, I'll take care of you. What are we lacking? We need the faction leader of the blues and the yellows. Because you're lying, you're not in charge. You are. And the yellows. Oh, look at that loyalty. Everyone's above 50. Haven't seen that for a while. Have the migratories started migrating? Ooh, yes they have. Alright, this is something you don't often see. Is the migratories actually migrating, and it's good old Langobardia. Heck yeah. The Langobards are moving. Happy memories of the Langobards from our home in the Carpathian Mountains. Back in the day when we were based down here. Maronis, wasn't it? No, where's the gold? There, next door. No, it was in the middle, it was here. Ibadura. the Langobard capital. Longbeards! Because they were totally dwarves. That was a fun campaign. I'm looking forward to the tribals getting some updates in the future. I think that would be a lot of fun. Because the cool thing about the tribals is you basically have like the Mediterranean powers as a mid to late game challenge. Whereas if you're playing as a Mediterranean power, you're always kind of in rivalry, but at some point you almost certainly will snowball beyond them. Gaius Junius Pertinax has become the leader. He is very good at finesse. And the Boni are just staying in power. Like, they just can't lose it, apparently. And their popular support kind of matches that. Popularis, not very popular. Which is fine by me. We can have another omen. It's going to be Mercury. And we're going to do research. Alright, so we need a new civics person. Actually, Nicostratos Demosthenes is rather good at that. He's level 9. And then oratory, we have a level 8. Aulus Octacalius. I mean, level 8's pretty good. In fact, Servius Fabius Sophus is 19. And he's a great family. And he's very loyal. I wonder, can I give you a position in government? Yeah, it was oratory. Which is these. Oh yeah, you can replace Codex. The reason I'm doing this now is so that his statesmanship can build up, because he's so young. And he's going to be in that position for a really long time, so our... I mean, it is only aggressive expansion, so it's not the most important position. And then we can put this guy in. There, without pissing anyone off. Marvellous. Where are we at? We are, I think, just waiting for the foundry in Tarentum? Nope. Oh, Tarentum apparently lost its wood import. Ah. Because the slaves moved away. Picenum, build the foundry. Oh, no, not there. That should mean that we can complete this, although it's not coming up as a completable. For some reason. Anyway, Tarentum now gets, for the rest of the game, major shipyards, which increases ship recruit speed by 33%. That sounds good to me. We can now spend 300 ducats on building the flagship, which is going to give us 5 heavies. And then after that, we can start working on Capua. So Capua needs 2 tax offices, which is very annoying, because this is supposed to be my manpower hotspot, not taxes. I tore down the tax places already once. Went World War I versus Carthage. I mean, we already did fight Carthage once, and it was rather one-sided, shall we say, when we took Sardinia off of them. But that didn't require us to actually land in North Africa. I have a feeling it would be a somewhat different story if it required us to actually ship troops over. Towards the end of that, we did gain naval superiority over them, though. We have received word from the local officials in the province of Sardinia Borealis that several important provincial stockpiles have been looted by malcontents. So we can replace it, or we can have them replace it themselves. Oh no, we can just murder the brigands. Murder the brigands. That also increases their loyalty, which is awfully nice. No, looks like we're going to have some uprisings again soon. Well, it's just target practice for the legions. Armenian Civil War ends. How's Armenia doing? Not amazing. Macedon does seem to be growing. Oh yeah, Macedon's definitely growing. Just saw they're up here now. Flagships completed. It is with great pride the shipbuilders of Tarentum have let us know the new flagships are ready to be taken into use. These new titans of the sea will undoubtedly be very useful to the navy, but before they are taken into service, they will serve our purposes in internal politics. The birthing ceremony cannot be held by anyone but our ruler himself, but the maiden voyage will require a commander, a great honour and a boon to the many families would value highly. So we can give it to Agrippa Fabius, who will gain loyalty and prestige. Drusus Claudius or Cornelius Zoilus. I think Claudii, because they have actually got... Oh no, actually these guys have the least prestige at the moment. The Cornelii. So we'll give it to Statius Cornelius Zoilus. I mean, he's not going to stay in charge of them for very long. We're going to merge them into the other fleet. So what do we get? We've got some Octair, heavy ships. These are definitely bigger than anything we have so far. Cool. Let's merge them with the main fleet. Yeah, 5 ships I can't build because our wood supplies keep disappearing. And it wasn't just for that. Actually, the big bonus is the permanent 33% build speed in Tarentum. So we just need to remember that we can build those in Tarentum now. Are Octair the Greek ones? Oh yeah, they are. I thought it was only the Mega Polyreme that you had to be Greek for. I thought the Octair anyone could get. Although it should be noted that these ships will be slowing our entire fleet down a lot. Bonai agenda, traditional law. After a passionate speech filed by Marcus Junius Pertinax, the Boni have started asking for a law change in the Senate. It seems the words of Mamercus have even managed to convince several senators who usually disagree with him. Okay, so we can get Punic reforms. Hold on, this is a step back. No, we don't want to do this. This is a terrible idea. Because this is undoing the, Marian reforms. Yeah, this is a massive step, but no. No. Absolutely not. Hell no. Undo the Marian reforms. Are you mad? In the midst of a fallow season, Tullus Claudius, one of the most esteemed governors, held a vast and lavish party. Well, you can pay for the party. Oops, Civil War. Yep, the Boni are miffed that we said no to their undoing of the military reform. Oh. I'm seeing 0 kilobits. All right, we'll wait. Checked with Squire and a few European streamers, they all report 0 problems. Okay, I think we're back up again. So could you see me typing? Not just the can you see this? Could you see me typing before that? Because I opened up Google, that worked. Yeah, I can read it all, just seems fine. Twitch video not working, alright. Nope, couldn't see that. Yes, yes. Alright, which is it? Because I sent more than one message. Did you see more than one message? I actually sent like 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, okay. We're good then. So, yeah, it's not my internet this time. Because I know we've had that problem before. Although, not actually for a few months. Yeah, okay, all good. So, we need to decide who the Admiral of the big boats is going to be. And Kaelus is now around. I want to make Kaelus into the Legio Mordred commander, I think. I wonder, if you merge these, are they going to keep their names? Because that would be kind of cool. Cohors. Elephants. And then this is Cohors, Marshal. That's the other Mordred one. Which is fighty. Alright, so, what was I doing? I was going to fire all of the commanders from these, except for the Marshal, which is going to allow me to fire all of these, which then allows me to determine who the legate is going to be. You know what, let's do a full shake-up. I fancy doing a full shake-up. Let's dismiss you. This is probably going to cost us loyalty, but if this civil war is going to trigger anyway, then let's make sure we have the right people in charge of the legions. So the legate of... should do it from here. Mordred. Well, the Tribune of Mordred is going to be Pertinax. And the Tribune of Marshal is going to be Lepidius. And then after you is going to be Gnaeus Fabius Corvinus. And Tertius Fabricus. Although we do need to be a little bit careful about your happiness. You're pissed about the revoked offices, but that's just because I'm, you know, mixing up my commanders now. So Agrippa Fabius can come in here. He's only 35 as well, which is pretty good. And then Drusus Claudius. Sertor Paulus. In fact, Sertor Paulus can be in charge of the engineers because he is an engineering buff. Which also means that we don't have the scorned families anymore. And then what's your ability? Ah, you're a naval commander. You're a big ship commander. Oh, heck yeah! And then Statius Junius Pertinax, I think. So we don't have anyone that's or disloyal. We can bring in Posthumus Apilius, who is the Octer specialist. Boom! Yeah, the whole reason I did that reshuffle is to make sure he's not only in command of a cohort, he is in command of the whole army. 18-year-old with 11 combat. He is a legate. Not bad. Like, just finished high school. Here, have the entire Roman army. I do kind of wish there was a bit more of like a shift in stats as characters got older. Like, that's something which CK3 is really good about, is when you're young, you tend to be kind of inexperienced and not great. And as you get older, your skills and stats improve. Whereas in this, they stay pretty much flat until you become senile, and then they plummet. Right, we do also need to give the various cohorts commanders. So the Elephant Force, I think you're simply going to be our best commander. Then Marshals, Legion. I mean, quite frankly, just going to be Groogy. And then the fighty cohort is going to be the more loyal Corvus. And you should be hunting down pirates. And then Classis Bigus. No objective. You're basically just going to sit in port unless I tell you to do something else. And in fact, I'm going to put you in the big port. No, I'm not. I'm going to leave you here. Because I want to keep that port free, in case I need to do repairs. Right. Strengthen Capua is going to be the next thing, so we need to get the tax offices in Capua, which we can do. That's the second one. Alright, so that's going to be that mission. Then we can do Regimental City or the Merchant of Capua. This is definitely going to be a regimental city, so we need a training camp and a marketplace. So Capua is going to need a marketplace after this as well. And Paestum saying that it needs 3 libraries. Canusium currently produces lots of hemp, but if we do that, then it's going to start producing horses in the place which has the huge food capacity. Where was the other food capacity place? I thought it was in Rome. Oh no, it's here. Was it Tribune? Which one was it? Immermato was here. So that's one of our huge Legion depots. In fact, you know what? Let's actually put the Legions in the Legion depots. Because that's where all of their supply is going to be, and they will never run out, and they'll resupply like that. Because we have such huge food storages in those locations. And roads go through both of them? Yes. Okay, so Canusium, we just need 800 ducats for that one. Capua,